Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You are listening to a commentary track for the 1964 Haru Basho, Day 8, Nakabi. The video coverage for this tournament can be found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel. There will be a link for that included below, and days 2 through 15 can be accessed with a $9 monthly membership. As usual, I'll count backwards from 3, 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N in 1, I'll click play on the video coverage. You'll do the same and we'll be in sync for the day's action. Without any further ado, I'll start the countdown and get us going. 3, 2, 1. Futabayama, Taiho, Chianofuji, Archive. Alright. See our very tall shinpan there, Tatsudayama Oyakata, with Tokitsukaze, the former Ouchiyama. First up, Shinyumaku Asasegawa, not doing too hot, is up against Juryo visitor Kimi Nishiki, who fights for the Tatsunami stable. So 3-0 head-to-head in Asasegawa's favor, so Kimi Nishiki slips him at the Tachiai, jumps to the right. Now Asasegawa's inside with the right, outside with the left. He's synced up on the belt deep there. Nishiki's got the inside right, but his outside left's just hanging in the air. Asasegawa looks to be in the driver's seat here on the bout. Asasegawa's hiking up the belt. Now, Kimi Nishiki's doing pretty well to defend himself, propped up on that heavily taped left ankle of his. We'll see how much longer he can take on this attack. Asasegawa's really digging into him here. Kimi Nishiki fighting for hand position with his left. Trying to get Asasegawa off his belt there. Asasegawa's got a nice deep. He's got a shallow right. It's a middle grip now. Hiking it up into the chest. Oh, now Asasegawa's pretty well behind him. Okuri Dashi, rear push out. Well, Asasegawa extends his winning streak over Kimi Nishiki to 4-0. So Asasegawa picks up his third win. Well, he only needs 3 more losses to make Make Koshi, and now he'll need 5 more wins for his Kachi Koshi. So the hard work is ahead if he wants to stay in this division. Wakatenryu, a youngster from Hanakago stable, up against Aono Sato, Tokitsukaze grappler. And couldn't quite sync up the Tachiai there. Aono Sato kind of paused. Wakatenryu shuffled in a little ahead there. It's a 1-0 head-to-head in Aono Sato's favor. He's a bit better established in this division than Wakatenryu. Aono Sato's scooping in with the left. He's got the outside right. Wakatenryu tries to give him the slip, but Aono Sato's following him. Wakatenryu pulling away, trying to pull down Aono Sato, but Aono Sato, good balance, trying to push past the arms now, get back inside, and he rushes forward, dumping Wakatenryu onto his back. So I think they would maybe just call that Tsukitaoshi, a thrust down, or Yoritaoshi. Pretty close contact there. Good Dayashi from Aono Sato, just consistent forward movement. Kept trying to work his way inside and get Wakatenryu out of there. Wakatenryu, an admirable effort, but pretty well on the back foot for that bout. The cat's running around here. Sawa Hikari is in very good form. The Tokitsukaze babyface is up against the Kata Onami babyface, Shinyumaku Tamanoshima, who jumps the gun a bit there, only to be shoved away by Sawa Hikari. I'll try this one again. It's a 1-0 head-to-head in Sawa Hikari's favor. And we'll try the third time for this Tachiai to work. And it's good enough. They're slapping away and pushing at each other. Double inside for Tamanoshima, and that'll do it. A little Damayoshi, extra shove there at the ring's edge after he'd beaten Sawa Hikari. So perhaps a little bad blood between these two. Who's to say? Sometimes you just kind of get caught up in the heat of the moment. Might not be indicative of anything personal, but Tamanoshima sure was fired up to beat what is on paper a stronger Dikishi. Tsurugamine The technical whiz is in good form. He's up against Uragawa, who is not too shabby himself, to speak of skill. It's a 2-1 head-to-head in Uragawa's favor. We'll see what the Miyagino man can bring to the table. Rushing across the line, but Tsurugamine's got that outside right and nearly sent Uragawa outside with it. Now Morozashi for Tsurugamine. This is his specialty, and Okuridashi finish. He's completely behind Uragawa by the end, who tried to spin out, but just couldn't escape Tsurugamine. The Morozashi master is very much in gear. He moves to 6-2, only a couple more wins for his Kachikoshi, which he wasn't quite able to make last time out. Ran into some pretty talented Maegashira, but he looks pretty set to move up the ranks after this basho. We'll see. Now it's Fusanishiki up against Toyokuni. These two are both pushers. Fusanishiki comes off at a pretty good angle. Toyokuni is more of an outward thruster. And jumping back into the side is Fusanishiki. Maybe not the best move. Toyokuni hits the mark and follows him around the ring, pushing him out. So Toyokuni kind of served up an easy one there. Fusanishiki evidently not willing to engage. Well, they had an even head-to-head coming into today, 5-5, and now it's 6-5. It's in Toyokuni's favor. Maybe this is where he, runs away with the rivalry. Who's to say? Odd to see Fusanishiki so passive in that bout. We have a Fusen show here, a win by absence because Tama Arashi, here's Ogi no Hana picking up the win. He would have had Tama Arashi today. Tama Arashi, some may recall, had a pretty bad fall, injured his left leg in yesterday's bout, so looks like he might be out for the rest. We'll see. Wakanami, lightweight lifter, up against Deiwan Ishiki, longtime veteran. Deiwan Ishiki stands and receives. Wakanami sort of gently barrels in and tries to sync up that inside left. Deiwan Ishiki is doing pretty well to extend his torso, but Wakanami's in there. Now with the grip synced up, Wakanami should be set to drive in. I don't know if he's going to even try to lift Deiwan Ishiki. Deiwan Ishiki's pretty heavy and pretty good defensively. It's a 3-1 head-to-head in Deiwan Ishiki's favor, so historically Wakanami has not been able to better him, but Deiwan Ishiki is certainly on the downturn in the twilight of his career, certainly in this top division. Well, Wakanami is dug in there. He's got a deep outside right, a deep inside left. Same deal for Deiwan Ishiki. Deiwan Ishiki is no slouch on the belt either. And Wakanami's pretty light. If he could upset his balance, he might not take him too long to push him out. Wakanami tries for an Uchigake, inside leg trip with the left, but no good. Deiwan Ishiki inches forward a bit here. Maybe he wants to finish this off sooner than later. You know, Wakanami's Mawashi, his bell is looking a little loose in the back, just a pinch. I wonder if we'll see the Gyoji pause the action to retie that. Hopefully not. Well, the stalemate drags on. Deiwan Ishiki, patient as ever. Wakanami, a little desperate, pulls up, drives in, and it works for him. It's a Yorikiri. So, true to his style, Wakanami is a Tsuri, which is, say, lifting specialist. And he still, as ever, arced his back, pumped his gut in, and while he didn't get Deiwan Ishiki completely off the ground, he did shift enough weight to finish him off. So Wakanami moves to 6-2, looking pretty good. Here's Kane no Hana, sort of the mini Sanoroyama of Deiwan no Umi stable, kind of fights similarly to the Ozeki, up against Iwakaze. Iwakaze in low, pushing. Kane no Hana trying to raise him up. Outside left now for Iwakaze. And inside right, it would appear, for Kane no Hana. Iwakaze's got good Otsuke on his right. He's blocking Kane no Hana's left from getting in any deeper. But Kane no Hana sinks up the outside, but spinning is Iwakaze, pivoting and planting Kane no Hana outside the ring before he had a chance to catch himself. So Iwakaze, solid win there. Did well to go off his usual tachiai, low start. Outmaneuvered Kane no Hana. So they both have the same score coming out today, 3-5. Not super great. Amatsukaze, who's doing a little worse now, is already 1-6 and up against Waka Naruto. And that's a 2-2 head-to-head. They're even so far. Amatsukaze, I think, has had slightly more experience here in this top division. And a head-first charge from Waka Naruto barreling into Amatsukaze, who repels him initially, but now Waka Naruto is deep inside with the left, got an outside right grip on. Waka Naruto pretty energetic this bout. Amatsukaze looks a little more solid. We'll see if enthusiasm can beat out experience here. Waka Naruto's really hiking up on that outside, but lifting was Amatsukaze, but then he was lifted. Arcing his back, sinking back in, and then Waka Naruto arcs his back and sends Amatsukaze out of the ring. So Tsuruyashi, Yorikiri, either way, pretty solid for Waka Naruto. Good fighting spirit. Put a lot of energy into the bout. Amatsukaze, I think, was a little outdone there. Moving to 1-7, I imagine he's probably not in the best health. Who's to say why? Hagurogawa, another lifting specialist, up against Maedagawa, who is very much a pusher. Maedagawa comes with a hard charge. He'll slight step to the right after he makes contact. Grabbing up on the middle of the belt is Hagurogawa, but Maedagawa just keeps pivoting leftward and swings him down. I'm not sure the nature of the throw they would call it, but certainly it seemed a good throw. Maybe in Watenage there, it seemed to be from the outside of the belt, but Maedagawa does well not to get caught up in a grapple with Hagurogawa. Certainly not his strongest position. Maedagawa is a pusher primarily. So he did well to keep the bout open, keep his belt safe. Moves even to 4-4, or to 5-3 actually. He clears 4-3 to 5-3 win-loss record. Shinpan are shuffling in. There we are. So that's halfway through top division action. There's 20 bouts for our Makinochi Dikishi in total. 10 down, 10 to go. Here's Kainoyama, a stout grappler up against Wakahaguro, a former Ozeki who's yet to pick up his first win in Haru. Kainoyama jumps the gun. Wakahaguro hadn't even really taken a bend. We'll try again. Hard charge from Kainoyama. Wakahaguro tries to minimize it by scooting back and then rushing in, but Kainoyama just pushes him down, slips to the right. Wakahaguro collapses to an 8th straight loss. He's already got his Makekoshi losing record. Kainoyama moves to 3-5. Not terrible. Not great. Wakahaguro, not in great shape. Might take a while for him to get his first win. We'll see. But perhaps there'll be some pressure taken off, having already gotten his losing record. Maybe he'll try to just go all out. Trust his sumo. Tsuninishiki, who's also winless coming to today, is up against Haguroyama, who's only slightly better with 1 victory. And they go chest to chest at the beginning, fighting for position here. And Haguroyama seems to have done better. Inside deep with the left and finishes Tsuninishiki Yorikiri. Well, they call that Mae Sebaki, the initial fighting for hand position. That's more typical to this style of sumo, where they start from a half-squatted tachiai rather than really committing to fists on the ground. So you saw a good example of that there. Trying to break past the wrists, break past the forearms, and Haguroyama did a little better than Tsuninishiki today, who's got his Makekoshi now. Kiyokuni Shinsekiwake, who's hanging on. He's at 3-4, is up against Wakachichibu, another winless Dikishi. Will he get Makekoshi today? He's in low, but Kiyokuni lands on the chest with his hands, pushes up Wakachichibu, shoves him out. It's a one-way sumo. Straight line out, Kiyokuni. Oshidashi, Tsukidashi, push out or thrust out, however they want to call it. He gets his 4th win, so he breaks even coming out today, 4-4. And Wakachichibu, that's his Makekoshi, his 8th straight loss. So not in his best shape for this basho, certainly. Well, Myobudani is up against Ozeki Tochihikari. It's a 7-2 head-to-head in the Ozeki's favor coming into today, so this will give Tochi Hikaru a good opportunity to improve his record. He pushes into Myobudani, who repels him initially. His back is firm, and now they've come to grips. Myobudani's in deep with the left, pretty deep outside right too. Based on the placement of his hands, I'd say he seems to mean to lift. Well, now Tochi Hikaru is going to try his hand at driving. Got a nice grip on the outside, deepening it now. Coming in on the lowest, on the most inner layer of the belt here with his outside right. Tochi Hikaru, obviously coming at a lower angle. Myobudani is a lot taller. And now Myobudani's heel is touching the bales. He crunches in, works on that lift, and it does the trick. Myobudani wins by Yorikiri. I'm sure the intention was Tsuridashi, but Tochi Hikaru isn't exactly a small fry, nor is he inexperienced. So Myobudani gets his 5th win in any event, sending Tochi Hikaru to his 4th loss in 8 days. So this Ozeki is not exactly putting on the best showing for his rank, certainly. Myobudani is not doing too badly at Komosubi. Kitabayama, a lossless Ozeki coming into today, a tournament leader, is up against Kairyu-yama, who picked up a gold star yesterday against Shin Yokozuna Tochinoumi. And not quite synced up on the Tachi-ai here. I'll try that again. Well, Kairyu-yama really got his win on the back foot yesterday, pulling down Tochinoumi, so Kitabayama will probably want to keep that in mind. Make sure he's got the grip synced up before he moves too quickly. A low start. Kairyu-yama trying to cut in with that right, but good Otsuke from Kitabayama, not letting him get inside the belt, and now Kairyu-yama's the one being pulled down. Well, it's sort of a coincidental change of fortune there. Kairyu-yama pulls down Tochinoumi, Kitabayama pulls down Kairyu-yama. Good sumo from Kitabayama today, did very well to protect himself. Keep Kairyu-yama off the belt, and as Kairyu-yama overcommitted to try to break in, get his grip, Kitabayama just pulled him down, so not too difficult for the Ozeki. He's already got his Kachikoshi, 8-0. Now is Fujinishiki, Takasago's top Dikishi for this Basho. No wins yet, up against Ozeki Saranoyama. Him and, I mentioned before, Kane Nohana, his junior stablemate, him and they both kind of similar, good Tsupari, which you're not really seeing in this bout. But good pushing from Saranoyama nonetheless. I mean, if you look at that, that's great Oshi Sumo. I mean, you look at Saranoyama, his build, you know, he looks like a belt fighter. He is a good belt fighter, but he's got very good Tsupari. He's pretty confident on just going all-out pushing, so he's a very versatile and dynamic Dikishi. You can certainly see how he made Ozeki. He's already won a championship, too. Meanwhile, Fujinishiki at Maegashira 3 falls to his 8th straight loss. Yu Takayama, good omen today, his fellow Ozeki, Kitabayama, fellow Tukitsukaze Ozeki, got his 8th straight win, so he should be looking to do the same today. He's up against Hirokawa, the pusher from Miyagino stable. And a low, hard start from Hirokawa. He slips to the side and then collapses Yutakayama. So, smartly played sumo from Hirokawa. Makes impact. Inashi, good dodge to the side. And then just follows it up with a hard charge. And Yutakayama doesn't seem to have much to say in response. Despite the good omen, Yutakayama falls to his first loss. That's not Kachikoshi on day 8. So we'll see if he remains in Yusho contention at this point. Well, someone who's not concerned with the Yusho race, but more just the experience he's having, is Kitano Fuji Shin Komosubi up against Yokozuna Taiho, who's coming off a Zensho Yusho and 7 straight wins on this Basho, so he is on a roll, to say the least. First time meeting, of course, thrusting in hard as Kitano Fuji tries to pull down the Yokozuna, but Taiho's got his eyes on him. closes the distance and pushes him out yorikiri. So frenetic, energetic sumo from Kitano Fuji, but just does not have the power to meet Taiho on even footing. The Yokozuna having pretty little issue dispatching him. So the first meeting goes to the Yokozuna. Speaking of first meetings, this is the first meeting between Wakamiyama, our youngest and heaviest Tikishi in the top division, representing Tatsunami Stable, and Shin Yokozuna Tochi no Umi, who picked up another loss yesterday to move to 4-3, so not doing super hot in his debut. We'll see how he fares here. Hard charge from Tochi no Umi, picking up the middle grip of the belt and finish his Wakamiyama yorikiri. So that was pretty strong forward driving sumo from the by far the lightest of the three Yokozuna. Tochi no Umi brushes off yesterday's pull down to reassure his supporters that he is healthy, he's in shape, he's just probably not coming off of great prep after promotion. Kashiwado, last Yokozuna today, last match, he's 7 straight. Let's see if he can follow Taiho and Kitabayama into 8 straight. He's up against Daigo, Hanakago Stable's top Dikishi, perennial Sekiwake. It's a 15-6 head-to-head in Kashiwado's favor, so the Yokozuna certainly has the numbers in his favor. He's looking in pretty good shape this Basho. Daigo, solid. We'll see if he can bring it today to upset the Yokozuna. Hard charge, but Kashiwado picks up the middle grip with his left, and that'll do it. He just hikes up and shoves out Daigo, yorikiri. It's over in a flash. The glass cannon Yokozuna Kashiwado is still uncracked for this Basho and is firing at full power. So hopefully we can look forward to a challenge to Taiho for the Yusho. We'll see. In any event, thank you very much for joining me for today's action.